So now I'm going to demo how you would go about getting signals from a signal provider or some kind of external source. So in this case, I'm going to demo signals from Google Drive that are provided by SIG. So you can get these signals by going to systematicinvestors.com. You go to Contact, Request Access to Strategy Scan Signals for APM. You fill out this form, and then Dave will give you access to one of the free strategies. So in this case, we're going to go over Supercharged Momentum Trend, which he demoed last week. And in this case, there are two files here with signals, and then we will take this folder ID here and paste it into APM here, and we can click this folder button here to actually view the signals that are in the folder. So there's a cell.sig, so this just are the signals that are there to close your positions, and buy.sig is the signals here that are there to buy. That's just for convenience, so that it's I guess easier to look at and read. And these are all in CSV format, which is another way that excuse me, Alera can take the files. So once that's set up, you can click here, order preview. So we'll click save, and then we can do order preview. So this will take a little bit of time to run because there's quite a few signals, especially for closing. So let's just take a little bit longer to process. So that's why you'll see that. But in the end, you end up seeing these signals, and you can notice that they're marked on open orders. Now, since the market is actually open right now, you can't actually put market on open orders for the next day. So we're actually going to have to override these order types so that they can actually go into IB because the market's not closed yet. So we can do that here. We can click override. And then this will override those market orders to make them, it'll override those market on open orders to make them market orders. And I can click save there. Okay. And a couple other notes. So to be able to see more info about the strategy, you can go to free daily trade ideas here. And then you can click on, well, actually, you'll see two strategies. You'll see the RSI pullback, which you demoed 2 weeks ago, and then the Supercharged Momentum, which you demoed last week. And then you can click on APM strategy settings here. And it'll tell you the settings that are used for APM in order to automate this. So we have, for example, the scheduler at 9 a.m. So remember, since it is market on open orders, it should be demoed outside of, it should be executed outside of market hours. And there's a few other settings here. Not everything needs to be exactly the same, but and that's up to your discretion. So for example, order limits, Dave has them like this. I have them set up like this by default. I could change them if I thought it was necessary, or if you think it's necessary. This is just a demo, so it doesn't matter too much. But now we can go ahead and actually run the strategy. So there you can see it's processing the sell signals first. So one thing to note is that since we don't have a position, saying to sell a position just means doesn't do anything. It just keeps us neutral on those tickers here. And then once it finishes running through those, it'll go through the buy positions, which will come out just after these. There you go. And now if we go into IB, we can see that it bought these positions. In this case, there were only 6. And yeah, that's about it in terms of getting your signals set up through an external source. And it's set up in a nice way that you can simply just create those files. You can manually post them into a folder that you share with your clients, and then you can share it to multiple people. So this part of the demo is kind of for both people who are interested in purchasing signals from others and people who are interested in selling signals. And if we go back here, I can actually show you. So the screener, I didn't really demo how you would go about making these kinds of files for the screener previously, but it's actually pretty simple. So you could have, for example, buy APL and things like that. So buy APL would just tell the screener that you want to buy that stock is in your screener, and then the rank is just the order that you list them in, right? So if I have buy SPY and then I have sell IBM. So this tells me that, so for the dual screener, for example, you would like to have these cell signals, but for the for the other ones, you only need the by signals. And then the idea is that the order that you put them in the file, or the order the order of the ranking. So AAPL would be first, SPY would be second, and so on.